Yes, now bless now, people. Do not forget the rest. Now, Des Rocksteady here at King of the Pit TV. We're going to do a little bit of learning. Classes in session, alright? We just listened to Silverstein's debut LP, When Broken is Easily Fixed. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the history that surrounded the band when this got put out and the prior journey. Alright? So, shout out to all the emos, first and foremost. Let's have a little dig. It is Wikipedia, so if you've got any disputes or any room for conversations or discussion, let's talk. So, Silverstein is a Canadian rock band. I didn't expect him to be Canadian, I thought they were American. From Burlington, Ontario, formed in 2000. Their band name is a reference to the famous children author Shel Silverstein, whom the band had admired and whose work they had read as children. Okay. Sheldon Allen Silverstein was an American writer, poet, cartoonist, singer-songwriter, musician, and playwright. There you go. What more do you need to know? They've released a total of 11 studio albums, 7 EPs, a compilation album, and a live DVD/CD. Their lineup remained unchanged for 11 years, from 2001 to 2012, then consisting of lead vocalist Shane Told, lead guitarist Neil Boshart, rhythm guitarist Josh Bradford, bassist Billy Hamilton, and drummer Paul Kohler. In September 2012, the band had announced that Neil Boshart had been fired. That's the lead guitarist. And would be replaced by Mark Roz. I'm not going to say his name. I can't pronounce it, people, sorry. Who also joined Billy Hamilton on backing vocals. The band achieved moderate success with their second studio album, Discovering the Waterfront, which was nominated for a Juno Award and reached number 34 on the Billboard 200 charts. What's a Juno Award, people? With following 2 albums charting at similar positions. Silverstein has sold over 1 million albums worldwide. The band left long-time record label Victory Records in 2010, following a period with Hopeless Records and another with Rise Records. Victory got a bad rep at some point, and I swear Rise Records did as well. I swear Rise Records got a bit of crap thrown at them. They now signed with UNFD. They released their 10th studio album, A Beautiful Place to Drown, in March 2020. This was nominated for the 2021 Juno Award in the Best Rock Album category. Misery Made Me, the band's 11th studio album, was released on May 6, 2022. I mean, when your 10th record is garnering attention to the degree where you getting put forward for the Best Rock Album category, Silverstein are still doing well. That's great to hear. So the origin, Burlington, Ohio. Genres, emo, post-hardcore, and screamo. Screamo is interesting because screamo is screamo. Like, when people say screamo, I think of scrams, people. But screamo was a term I've not seen used in a very long time in reference to this style of music, but it was back in the day. Whereas we had our own 2000s style of emo music as opposed to the hardcore emo, we also had our own screamo, so that's pretty cool. And there we go, we've read all that information, so we'll have a look at the early years on When Broken is Easily Fixed, 2000 to 2004. Silverstein formed in February 2000. They self-released their first EP, Summer's Stellar Gaze, in August that year. It's 18 Candles, the early years. Don't know what the deal is with that. I'm not going to read that. So after several lineup changes, the band acquired Billy Hamilton, a local fan who learned of the band's need for a bassist on the internet message board, the 905 board, which was an Ontario area outreach board which was used for local musicians. In December 2000, he joined the band after Told helped him learn the music for the songs. Following a rehearsal on Boxing Day in 2000, he officially debuted with Silverstein. The next spring, original guitarist Richard McWalter left the band to move to Victoria, British Columbia to study engineering. He was then replaced by Neil Boshart, childhood friend of Shane Told. The new lineup recorded a second EP, When the Shadows Beam, in preparation for their first tour in Eastern Canada. The band signed to Victory Records in October 2002 with a complete lineup, as Hamilton attempted to complete his secondary education 1 semester early. The following January, the band went into the studio to record their first full-length debut, When Broken is Easily Fixed. It was recorded at Unity Gain and Mount Fairview Studios with producer Justin Coop and was released on the 20th of May 2003 through Victory. 6 songs were re-recorded versions from Silverstein's previous EPs, Summer's Stellar Gaze and When the Shadows Beam. When Broken is Easily Fixed sold over 200,000 copies. When Broken is Easily Fixed sold over 200,000 copies, surpassing the expectations of the band. Time and a place, and they hit it perfectly. Silverstein's Victory debut is a jarring mixture of emo's earnest determination, elements of hardcore, and the heaviest of heavy metal. While vocalist Shane Toll delivers lines like "How can I say I love you back, you never made me happy," in a cracked, soaring singing voice, When Broken is Easily Fixed actually begins with a ragged scream that's as arresting as his singing is plaintive. Musically, the LP is dominated by the dynamic shifts and driving melodies of emo, but Silverstein's membership was derived from existing hardcore metal and punk squads. Didn't hear no punk in there, let's be real, and these fragiles are never very far from view. Last Days of Summer begins as a June day ends, with shuffling percussion and gently strummed guitars, but just as the fragile strains of a violin drifting, Toll's growling, scarred alter ego appears behind his singing self. I like that description there as his alter ego, very good. So let's have a little dig at the info in regards to the record. Background and recording. Alright. So we've had a dig at that. The record runs at 38 minutes 30 seconds long, which is a fair length for an album. Can't go wrong there. 30 minutes to 40 minutes for a record like that. Spot on. Why do you need any more? On April 3rd, 2003, When Broken is Easily Fixed was announced for release in the following month. Alongside this, Smashed Into Pieces was posted online, followed by Giving Up on April 5th, 2002. In April and May 2003, the band toured across the Midwest and Southern US states with Choke and Self-Made Man. When Broken is Easily Fixed was released on the May 20th, 2003 on Victory Records. Martin Whitworth created the artwork. In July and August, the band toured across the US with Freya. It included an appearance at Warped Tour and Redemption Fest. The band went on a short tour in October with Full Blast, which was then followed by a handful of shows with Rise Against. We need to do some Rise Against people. Silverstein then went on a West Coast and Midwest US tour in November with Bayside, Haste, 11teen, and Preacher Gone to Texas appeared on selected dates. A lot of these bands they're performing with, I'm actually unaware of. This is a different set of bands to what I'm familiar with. In January 2004, the band supported Spitalfield on their headlining US tour. February 2004, the band went on tour with the AKAs. Who are the AKAs? Dancehall fight music. Following this, the band toured with Strike Anywhere and Fifth Hour Hero on their tour of the US, which ran into touring regular. In May and June 2004, the band went on tour of Alexis on Fire, Emery, The Higher, and Hawthorne Heights. Now that's a tour. That's a tour. Especially in 2004, Alexis on Fire. Watch Out was out then, wasn't it? Was it? Watch Out. The album was reissued on September 14, 2004 with a DVD and 2 bonus tracks, Friends in Fall River and Forever and The Day. In November 2004, the band supported Hot Water Music on their headlining North American tour. The Smashed Into Pieces music video featured the whole band dressed in black pants and white shirts with red ties. However, singer Shane Told is wearing the opposite, a red shirt with a white tie. The video begins by showing a completely white room with the instruments set up around the room. The song begins to play, blah, blah, blah. We've watched the video. The Giving Up music video follows a depressed man who is remembering time spent with an ex-girlfriend. These scenes are entwined with shots of the band playing, which are mostly shot using fisheye lens. The Giving Up music video was epic. It was a sign of the times. It was a sign of the times, man. I like that Giving Up music video. Smashed Into Pieces was re-recorded by the band in 2013 and released on May 20 to commemorate the 10-year anniversary of the album. And as of June 2007, the album has sold 179,000 copies. So you telling me this Wikipedia page is 2007 old for the most part? That's crazy if so. So the reissue bonus tracks was Friends in Fall River and Forever and Day. So we listened to the reissue. So we didn't necessarily have a total length of 38 minutes long. We were a little bit long with ours. So this is what it states on the booklet. Shane Told, vocals, additional guitars, Paul Kohler, drums, Neil Boschart, lead guitar, Josh Bradford, rhythm, Billy Hamilton on bass guitar, additional personnel and production being Justin Cooper, who's the producer, engineer and mixing, Rob Terry, assistant engineer, Alan Douches, mastering, or Douche perhaps, Raina Tan, violin. Shout out to Raina, really added a great addition to the band. Richard McWalter, additional guitar. Kyle Bishop, additional vocals. And When Broken is easily featured to the title track. Martin Whitworth, artwork. Eric Delaporte on the design. I assume the design is like the sleeve design, perhaps. Who knows? So we are going to move on and listen to the second album, Discovering the Waterfront, in due time, because as it states, they hit the ball out of the park with that one, so that sounds interesting. I'll see you then, people. Peace.